Welcome all. My name is Atisha Bhoir, lecturer from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. We are studying computer peripheral and hardware maintenance. Subject code is 22013. Now we will start the chapter 2 of CPH, that is motherboard. Name of the chapter 2 is motherboard. Now, what is motherboard? The motherboard serves as a single platform to connect all the parts of the computer together. As we can see in the figure, this is the motherboard which is located in the CPU, right? Now it connects all the parts of the computer together. Means all the parts of the computer like CPU, memory contains RAM and ROM, right? Hard drives, optical drives, video card, sound card, and other ports and expansion cards which are directly connected on the motherboard, which are mounted on the motherboard. As you can see in the image, CPU is mounted, that is processor. Memories are mounted on the motherboard. There are different types of memories. Most of us we know RAM and ROM, that is random access memory and read only memory. Hard drive is also located on the motherboard. Optical drives, video cards, sound card, and expansion card means if you want to attach a graphics card, then we can attach it directly via cables. So all these parts are mounted on the motherboard. For that it is considered as the backbone of the computer. For that motherboard is the backbone of the computer. Without motherboard there is nothing is possible in the motherboard. So motherboard is the backbone of a computer. It connects all the parts. So we will discuss all the parts of the motherboard in deeply. So this is the motherboard components. Numbers indicate the components. Now we will see number one component one by one. There are total 13 components of the motherboard. So we will see the first component which is directed by the arrow. Okay. See in the image side by side. So first component is the mouse and keyboard. So in this figure it is shown the first component which is used to connect the mouse and keyboard, to the motherboard. Now next is the USB. Now the second component is the USB, universal serial bus. Now we all know what is USB, right? USB is used to attach the pen drive, external drives to the motherboard. So USB pin, USB slot is used to attach the pen drive and other external storage devices to the motherboard, right, to the computer. So second arrow indicates that is USB slot. Now USB is a general purpose connection for the PC. You can find USB versions of many different devices such as mouse, keyboard, scanner, cameras, and even printer. Means there are different versions of USB like mouse, keyboard, scanner, camera, and even printer are attached to the computer via USB slot. A USB connector's distinctive rectangular shape makes it easily recognizable. Means USB connector is in the shape of rectangle, right? Rectangle on the computer. So it is easy to recognize the USB slot to the user. So by the use of USB slot, we can connect the mouse, keyboard, scanner, printer, pen drives to the computer. Now the third is parallel port. Now you can see in the image the third arrow indicates this is parallel port. Now we'll see most printer uses a special connector called as the parallel port. So parallel port is used to connect the printer. Now there are two types of ports, that is serial port and parallel port. Most of the motherboards have the parallel port. So parallel port carry data on more than one wire as opposed to the serial port. So what is the difference between serial port and parallel port is, on the serial port you can attach only one wire, but on the parallel port you can attach more than one wires. So for that parallel port is used. Parallel port uses 25 pin female DB connector. It has a 25 pin connector. So you can attach the 25 pin connector to the parallel port. Parallel ports are directly supported by the motherboard through a direct connection. So it is directly mounted on the most of the motherboards, and it is used to connect the printer mostly. Now the fourth is CPU chip. So what is CPU chip? You can see in the image, fourth number, CPU chip. So CPU chip is the processor. CPU chip is the processor. See in the fourth number, CPU chip. So CPU chip, we can call it as a processor. Now processor are of different types, right? Intel processor, IBM processor, most of us uses Intel processor, right? So the central processing unit, also called the microprocessor, performs all the calculation that takes place inside a PC. So we know what is processor. Processor is used to process all the operations which have been carried out in the computer. It is the main board of the computer, right? Without processor, or you can call it as microprocessor, we can't do anything on the computer. We can't do any operation on the computer. So processor is important. It does all the calculation. It processes all the operations of the computer. CPUs come in a variety of shapes and sizes. Modern CPU generate a lot of heat and does require a cooling fan or heat sink. Means CPUs means what? CPU is nothing but a processor. So processors are come in different shapes and sizes. You can see Intel i5 processor, Intel i7 processor, IBM's processor, Pentium processor. There are different processors which are available in different shapes and sizes. So according to it, it makes the processing operations. If you have Intel i5 processor, then it will do the operations fastly. If you have i7 processor, then this is the advanced version of i5. So according to processor, it processes the operations. And more modern CPU has lot of heat. That's why we require a cooling fan to cool the processor. The cooling device is removable, although some CPU manufacturers sell the CPU with a fan permanently attached. Some CPU manufacturer means we have cooling device, cooling fan permanently attached on the motherboard. When you start the computer, this fan will also starts. It is used for cooling purpose. Now the next is RAM slots. Now you can see in the image what is RAM slot. Fifth number, RAM slots. Now what is the use of RAM slots? First, RAM is a type of a memory like ROM. So RAM is a random access memory, stores programs and data currently being used by the CPU. As we know, RAM is the temporary memory, right? Means data which is stored on the RAM is lost when the computer shuts down. When computer shut down, data on the RAM will be lost, right? So it is temporary memory. It is used to store the currently being used programs. If you started 10 applications simultaneously, then all the background applications will be stored in the RAM. When you shut down the computer, then this all the applications will be removed from the RAM memory. So RAM slot is used to attach a RAM memory. RAM is measured in the units called bytes. RAM has been packaged in different ways. The most current package is called as 168 pin DIMM, dual inline memory model. This is most current package of RAM. So RAM slot is used to attach a RAM memory, and RAM memory is temporary memory which is used to store the background applications. Now the next is floppy controller. Now what is a floppy controller? You see in the image, sixth, that is floppy controller. Now what is the use of floppy controller? The floppy drive connects to the computer via 34 pin ribbon cable. Means floppy controller is used to attach a floppy cable, floppy 34 pin ribbon cable, which in turn connects to the motherboard. A floppy controller is one of the used to control the floppy drive. Floppy control, why we use floppy controller? Because it is used to control the floppy drive. And what is the use of floppy drive? Floppy drive is used to store the data. Floppy drive is used to store the information or currently being installed programs is stored in the floppy drive. Now the next is IDE controller. Now what is the use of IDE? IDE controller is used in the hard disks. Now see in the image seventh part, that is IDE controller. Okay, seventh is the IDE controller. Now what is the full form of IDE? IDE's full form is Integrated Development Environment. Integrated Development Environment. Now what is the use of IDE controller? Industry standards define two common types of hard drives, that is EIDE and SCSI. EIDE is Enhanced Integrated Development Environment. Enhanced Integrated Development Environment. And SCSI is Small Computer System Interface. SCSI is Small Computer System Interface. Now we know what is hard drive. Hard drive is used to store the data or information, right? So it defines, industry standard defines two common types of hard drive, that is EIDE, Enhanced Integrated Development Environment, and Small Computer System Interface. Majority of the PCs uses EIDE drives. SCSI drives show up the high-end PCs such as network servers and graphical workstations. So most of our PCs uses Enhanced Integrated Development Environment, but for the high-end PCs or graphical workstation we uses SCSI. SCSI type of hard drive, that is Small Computer System Interface. Now the EID drive connects to the hard drive via 2-inch wide 40-pin ribbon cable, which in turn connects to the motherboard. IDE controller is responsible for controlling the hard drive. Now these two, that is EIDE and SCSI, are the types of hard drive, and IDE controller is used to control that hard drive, that is EIDE and SCSI. Okay. Now next part of the motherboard we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.